On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by
Thomas
Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 201, recorded live on March 7th, 2017. My name is Thomas Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Thomas Philly. And today, we're joined by a new producer Cameron.
What's going on, guys? My name's Cameron.
Good thing you told him that again. Yes. He is the youngest in the family. We got 4 brothers. He is the youngest. He's produced a show before, so he knows what he's doing. So he said, "You need help?" And he's helping me today. So thank you for helping me, Cameron. That's very nice of you.
No problem, Tom. No problem.
We're booked up to episode 322 still, I think, of Pimp My Setup. So if you want to submit now. The Facebook group Setup Addicts, you can join that if you like setups. Discord.gg/Matt if you want to join the cool group, and you could talk with us, and you could talk with anybody you want that likes setups. That's cool too. And $25 for a fast pass if you want to skip the line, because right now we're booked up to 322 like I said. So skip the line. You could be on the next episode Thursday, or when Matt comes back on Sunday. Yes, Matt is coming back. I'm not the permanent host, so don't cry. Just please don't cry, okay? Let's get to the first setup of the day, though, submitted by Juan. Juan is 15 years old, and he uses his setup for editing and making thumbnails for his YouTube videos, Variety FPS Gaming. So follow him there on YouTube. The TV is above his desk because his chair reclines at a good angle so that he doesn't break his neck looking at it, and also because his bed is against the opposite wall. So that TV that's above, if you see, I think it's in the first photo, or yeah, you kind of see it. That is not for his setup itself. He's not using that as a setup. He uses that for his bed that's across the room. So we have 2 photos to work with. This shot, the first one, and that one right there showing the cable management. Cable management, I think you did a great job. You see the cables like in that top right corner of the desk or whatever. Over by the subwoofer. I wish you can kind of hide that a little better. I mean, I don't know how the cables work in that way. It might be too tight to even do anything, but great cable management job overall. Looking back at the first photo, this shows off more of the room itself. It's tough because it's kind of like old furniture, old everything, it seems like, because that 4x3 monitor, I mean, you're using what you have, and that's like great and all, but it just makes this setup look like from 2007, like, if I'm just being real and all that. But the usability is fine. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just I feel like upgrades are definitely in the future for you, but for right now, I think it works. It's not like you don't need like a big monitor to succeed, but even then, if you do get a big monitor, I don't think you'd be able to fit it with the speakers and all that, because that hutch is like extremely small, and everything just seems crowded in the way. Looking at just around the whole area, he's got a cool theme and all that. I like the theme going on. He's got stuff on the right desk, stuff on the left desk. It kind of seems a little random and what the theme is and all that, but I don't know. It just seems like all over the place, but I like all the stuff that's on the desk. It's not in the way of him using his setup, so that's okay with me. I like the headphone stand, the Darth Vader headphone stand. It seems like it's extending the headphones out, like maybe, it might not fit your head if you put them on, but I don't know. It just seems a little weird. What to do with this setup, I have no idea, to be honest, because like it seems like you have furniture that you've been using, since you were young or whatever, and this is what you have, and it most likely would come down to if you want to, actually, I don't know, like upgrade in the future. I would upgrade maybe with a desk first, because you have the room for an L desk. So maybe combining, like, getting rid of those 2. Maybe that right desk is fine, but maybe combining the desk to make it an L desk would be cool, and then you work from there. What do you think about the setup, Cameron? I haven't asked you anything about it.
I mean, like, I can see what he's like working with, but if he's willing to get like a new desk, I feel like he should get rid of that desk on the right. Yeah, because it's like, what is he using that for? Like, he doesn't really specify.
Maybe for like schoolwork, because like on the left desk or whatever, it doesn't seem like he has a lot of room to operate or write down anything. So maybe he's using that for like, but even if he gets an L desk, he can, have that open room still. Like, he doesn't have to get rid of it, and you have more room to get upgrades in the future. So that's what I would do. If you go to the next photo, everything looks fine. I mean, there's stuff in the little shelving above, like the DVDs and all that. Fine. I mean, like, with the room that you have, you're utilizing it the best you can. So let's go to the next setup of the day, submitted by Aris. Aris is 13 years old, and this is the first setup he's ever had. So that's cool. 13 years old, first setup. The desk is made out of solid oak and steel. His dad mostly bought all the parts, but he put everything together. He also has a YouTube channel called Simple Gaming. So this is a console setup. There's no laptop, no PC and all that. So people always say like, oh, this is not a real setup then. It's like, it is a setup because, you know, it's got consoles. He uses a monitor or a TV of some sorts. And yeah, I think there's how many photos? 2 or 3?
3.
Yeah, 3. Okay, so yeah. This first photo straight on, I don't like the stuff. I like the stuff that's on the desk right in front of the monitor, but at the same time, I feel like it's in the way in a weird way. It's not blocking the monitor, but I just feel like it would kind of distract me a little bit.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, and like you get a headphone stand, of course, and I mean the Xbox is good off to the right. It's not in the way, but it's kind of like I would, you know, in the future get like a laptop or a PC and all that because you have the desk for it, and like you'd be able to get like a nice PC or a nice laptop and just like, you know, tuck it away on the left side of the desk. But the desk overall is fine. Going to the next photo, kind of shows off theme a little bit. He had other pictures showing off theme, but they're on the opposite side of the room. So I'm like, whatever. Like, it's like, yeah, cool, but it doesn't really pertain to the setup. I don't know if that's like those drawings or, you know, his, like the stuff on the wall and all that, but that's cool. I mean, it shows off the stuff that he did, so that's cool. The desk, I mean, that shelving off to the right, the stuff on top, maybe it's a little like random, but I don't know. I don't know if that's just me or not. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's kind of like he just wanted somewhere to put his stuff. I don't know. It doesn't look very like he meant to put it there like in a certain way. He just put it on there. Yeah,
okay, yeah. And then we go to the third photo. Third photo shows his cable management. It's managed. I mean, there could be like ways to fix it. I mean, you have the legs along the, you know, the side, and you got the, you know, the diagonal like wiring going across too. Maybe if you want to make it look a little more neater, I don't know if it completely hide it, but if you can kind of fix the cables and maybe just hide behind the legs and just make it look just neater, because it kind of, yeah, that they're managed going down and all that, but they're kind of just like swooping and like just doing their own things basically.
Yeah.
The I think that's the extension cord or like the brick or whatever, maybe putting that underneath the desk because it's made of solid oak and steel, so I'm guessing that it's good enough to, you know, you can put it up there and it wouldn't like break the desk or, you know, hinder the desk in any way. So maybe putting all that stuff that's on the bottom in a little shelving unit or underneath the desk would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall it's a very simple setup, you know, like there's not a lot else to say about it, so I guess we'll just go to the next one, submitted by Othniel, I think it is, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, you haven't switched to the other setup shot like a long time. He's 17 years old. Mainly uses this setup for playing games on his PS4 or watching videos on his laptop. He also enjoys watching anime and series like Mr. Robot, Empire, or How to Get Away with a Murder, to name a few. So he's a TV watcher, TV series watcher, anime watcher, likes playing PS4 and watching videos on his laptop. So he's not really using the laptop to game. So keep that in mind. This is like the good photo that we have of it. He's straight on showing off his laptop and the monitor. But in the next photo, this is the most up-to-date photo that he gave me just last night, saying that he got the Nintendo Switch. Is that the best spot for the Nintendo Switch? Maybe. I mean, it's underneath the monitor. It's not in the way per se. But yeah, I mean, it works. It works. But there's not a lot to this setup. So if you go back to the first photo, I don't know. There's not a lot to the setup. And I feel like the usability, yeah, it's like you have the monitor off the right on a stand, but I don't know how the usability is. Like, do you think that's usable to have the laptop there and then like look off to the left for your secondary monitor? I don't know if you use that as a secondary monitor. What do you think?
I feel like depending on how he uses those monitors, the one off to his left should really just be in the middle, and the laptop should be off to the left or right.
Like, I feel like if he had an external like keyboard, he has an external mouse, so why not have that monitor in the middle, have that laptop off the side on standby, unless you're using both of them, have that laptop off on standby and use like an external keyboard and all that. And I think it would look way neater, because I feel like having that monitor off to the left looks a little weird. It just doesn't see, it seems out of place.
Yeah, it does.
The desk is like a little bit old. The trash can, blue. I mean, that's cool.
Hey, you do you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the one you have. The PS4 that's in the little slot, I guess where the keyboard usually goes, the keyboard tray. That's a cool spot to put it in. I don't know the space. I think it has enough space to breathe and all that. So that's okay. It's a cool spot to put it in. The walls and like everything around, it just seems just does not look pretty.
Yeah, what is that wallpaper?
I don't know. It's just not a great looking wallpaper. and you don't really have any theme. Like we don't really know anything about you. Yeah, you love all that stuff, but if I didn't say anything like that in the email, you would have no idea what he's into. So
exactly,
maybe getting some posters or getting some pop vinyls of like Zelda, or like because you like the Nintendo Switch, or maybe something like anime related. It's tough. There's no theme. Yeah, I mean that's basically it for this sub. There's really nothing else to say about it. Cable management, yeah, there's got that one swooping down underneath the desk, whatever. That's easy to just push up, put some duct tape on it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next setup though, submitted by Ervin. Ervin is 14 years old. He's a small YouTuber / gamer with 800 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. His YouTube channel is Ervin Sis Gaming, so follow him there. Uses the setup for playing car simulator games, watching videos, and also making videos because he's a YouTuber after all. So we got 2 photos to work with. They're kind of low quality because the photos itself were really small to start, and I asked for updated photos, but they're kind of crappy, so I had to blow them up a little bit. So we got 2 photos to work with. This one, and then the next one showing more off his the straight on of it. And the car simulator area. What do you think about that car simulator area?
I mean, it works for like just actually using it as a car simulator, but it just doesn't. I don't know.
It just doesn't. It seems out of place in a way, right?
Yeah.
Like I wish that you had a normal desk, because like you have like a wardrobe kind of desk, and there's a spot to put your iMac and to put your legs in there and all that. But I feel like having a bit different desk would definitely help. But you're using what you have and all that, and I think it's a cool idea to have a separate desk. Like it probably didn't fit, the steering wheel didn't fit on the desk itself because like the clamp or whatever. But I think it's a cool ingenuity that you came up with. For the car simulator.
It might just be like that the table's like a different color.
Yeah.
Which like throws it off so much.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah. So he has an iMac setup, nothing special. I mean, great job there. There's a tablet off to the side. Yeah, okay. Like, I don't know how usable it is, but I think it's fine for the time being. It's like the TV, I'm guessing you're using the car simulator on, like, the steering wheel and all that. It's old. I mean, I understand it's like you're using what you have, but maybe an upgrade for that, because that'd be cool if you got it like wall mounted on that empty wall, basically. I think that would look sick. Or maybe you just like dedicated your setup to the car simulator, setup, basically, because iMac, cool, but I feel like if you dedicated to one certain aspect of your setup, I think that would look pretty cool. And really, there's no theme. Like, once again, it's another setup. Yeah, you got red LEDs, but there's no theme to the setup. Maybe, have that blank wall. Why don't you put some of your favorite cars, some of your favorite, I don't know, like...
Get some like shelves mounted and get some model cars.
Like posters. Try to think of something to be creative. Yeah, LEDs are cool and all that, but there's really nothing else like to the setup that we can say, oh, he likes this. Yeah, he likes cars because apparently, he's playing the car simulator. But I don't know. It's not a lot to the setup. That seems to be the theme today. The setups are not the best setups that you'll see on Pimp My Setup. But I think that's it. The one thing I was going to critique, I know that he had other photos that he had night shots where he showed off different color LEDs. I feel like if you wanted to stick to a theme, I would maybe change your mouse mat, your extended mouse mat. If you go to the second photo, you can see it's got a blue outline. I don't know. I'd maybe change to the red. I think going red theme would be ideal because your steering wheel is red and your LEDs are red. So that's a simple little thing that you don't need to fix. Let's go to the next setup of the day, submitted by Anthony. Anthony's 13 years old, uses his setup to game and for schoolwork. He got a majority of his stuff from birthdays, and he bought some with his allowance money. So 13 years old, and we got 2 photos to work with. This the first photo shows off, the setup itself, and then underneath, it's this laptop run setup powered by a laptop, and the wires coming out of the laptop, there's really nothing you can do about it. So cable management is okay in this, sense. You got the power brick below, which could be easily just thrown onto that wood slab anyway. That's a simple, easy fix. But, the cables that you have to work with from your laptop, it's the best you can do, really. Looking at the first photo, though, is a tight space. I mean, it seems like if you had a chair there, wouldn't, the cabinet or the drawer behind, get in your way a little bit? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I don't really see how he could sit at that desk and not be uncomfortable from that.
No, yeah, it's definitely a cramped space. I feel like getting new furniture would definitely help. But yeah, no one's going to be like, oh, I just have money to spend. Let me just spend, $200 on a new desk or whatever. But if you want quality, I would go, save up for a nice, cool L desk maybe. Someone was saying that in the chat, I think. An L desk, maybe moving the shelf off. I don't know what your room layout is, but maybe moving the shelf off to the left more and then getting a big L desk to put all that stuff, because then you can move all that. I think it's like G Fuel and like I don't know what else is on that. Like a pop vinyl's on there. Yeah, like
tablet.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he's got a couple things on there which he could use an LDES for and put everything together, condense basically. The setup itself, usability. I hate when there's like no depth to the desk. Like because it seems like the monitors are really close, but maybe for gaming that's like perfect for him, like where you can see everything close up and he has a better eye on the game. But it seems like everything's close up. The speakers that are placed above the one monitor, it's like there's two underneath the one monitor, but I feel like you should space out that right one. The left one I think is fine, you have it laying down, but if you could move the right off to the right of the monitor, if it has to be standing up, then have it standing up. But getting a headphone stand, putting that somewhere else would definitely help. Overall, it seems like he's using the primary straight on for his computer or his laptop, and then the right is just specifically for his console. Which is cool, that's usually how most people use it, so nice job there. The poster behind, it's kind of being blocked, right?
Yeah. I don't really see the reason for having a poster if it's just going to be blocked.
Yeah, because he's got stuff on the shelf, like showing off Theme, so Theme got an okay score, but I feel like centering that poster above would make it look a lot better. It just seems like you stuck it back there and then you started putting more stuff on your desk and you're like, oh, it's being blocked. That sucks. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Yeah. But yeah, overall, nice job. If you look at the second photo again, I would maybe get some sort of like storage bin to go underneath there, because you have your games and your controller. You can easily go like, you get a little like storage bin from Target. I don't know like exactly where you can get other storage bins from, but you can literally put that, it slides underneath there and you can put all your stuff in there. It just look cleaner. But nice job, Anthony. You did a great job with what you have. Let's go to the next setup of the day, submitted by Rodney. Rodney is 15 years old. He doesn't have much time, but when he does, he plays video games. That's what he said. We got two photos to work with. Both photos are basically the same, but the second photo shows off to the left a little bit more. And we can see that he's got this shelf like that's completely empty. This like shelving unit that's completely empty. And then he's got Clorox on it.
Because he's just cleaning the setup for the photo.
That's good. Yeah, it seems like he took the initiative. He's like, I'm going to clean my setup off with some Clorox wipes. That's great. I love this. And he cleaned it off, but then he's like, I got to leave it there. I have no time. I have to take this picture now.
Is that Febreze in the back? Yeah, it is Febreze in the back.
Oh, it's Febreze in the back. So he was definitely cleaning his setup before the photo was taken.
Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. We can't smell
vision yet. That'd be awesome, actually. But I feel like utilize that shelf. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why is it completely empty? Maybe you just got it. But it seems like you've had the setup for a long time, so I don't know if he just doesn't have anything to put in it. But it just seems empty. It is empty.
Yeah, it seems very like bland and like not much going on with it. I could see he's matching the colors of the Battlefield 1 background with the LEDs that he has on his desk.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. If you look at the first photo, I think his mouse pad, his extended mouse pad, is blue, and he's got like blue headphones. So he's kind of going with a theme for that. So maybe try narrowing down a theme. Yeah, it's cool to have the matching LEDs with the Battlefield 1 backdrop, but I don't know. It seems weird. The cable management, I could see the only bad thing of getting a shot like this, it's like, I can see, they're on that little lip thing, but I feel like you can manage them better. Like you can have them laying across better. It seems just like spiderweb-ish. I don't know if you get that same feel.
Yeah, I don't know. It could definitely be managed better.
Yeah. The usability, I'm trying to see, like, if you look at the second photo, you kind of see a little more usability. It's kind of weird. It's all over the place. The laptop off to the right, I feel is not like, if you're using your main like two displays, I feel like that's just like not really
just like
usable.
What's the point of it?
Yeah, you gotta reach your arm out to like, I'm gonna use that laptop.
I'm gonna look at my Twitch chat on this one.
Yeah. But I feel like the monitors not being together, like if you look like they're angled like down, but then they're not like even touching. Like it just seems like, I don't know which display you're using for, which. Like I think the right one is for gaming, and then the straight on one is for, is that an all-in-one? Is that like, isn't that HP an all-in-one, or does he have? He has a PC. Okay, I was looking. I'm like, I couldn't find it for a second.
I just noticed now, like the wires all over his desk. Like I see that he has a charging thing next to his PS4, but like, when he took this photo, he could have just put it there to make it look neater.
It's literally simple things. Like out of sight of man would have been better if he were to do something like that. I feel like getting rid of the Clorox just for the picture. If you guys are gonna take a picture, get rid of everything that you've used, but like you're like, oh, that wouldn't look good for the photo, because when it comes down to it,
out of mind.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Like you want to be able to have a nice looking photo because you want to appeal to us. But usability, like I said, is like weird. It's not the best. But yeah, overall, you need theme. Like, yeah, you got LEDs and you got Battlefield on your thing, but getting more for the wall. Once again, it's a blank wall. Like, what are you into besides, you know, games? Like, are you into like sports? Are you into anything like that? I would focus more on, you know, cleaning up around your area, finding out which monitor is used for what, and then work on the wall.
Maybe get some like just some figures or something from Battlefield 1, put it like fill up that right shelf, because
that right shelf is completely empty.
It has 2 games on it and then a headphone stand on it.
Yeah, you definitely need to utilize that shelf. You need to utilize the stuff that are around you, because it's meant for storage basically, and you're not using either storage. So maybe just work on that, and I think you'd be okay. It's an okay setup. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's go to the next setup of the day, guys. Before you wrap me out, this guy had a better setup before he sent this updated photo. There was one point where his cable management was on point. It was like perfect. There was like no issue whatsoever. It didn't look like a messy setup. But then he sends this updated photo like maybe a month or 2 ago, and I asked for updated photos, and this is what I have. And I don't know why. I just don't know why he sent this photo. I don't know why he thought this cable management was okay. I didn't know why he thought any of this was okay. If you just look at the setup, it just doesn't look clean. Like first instant, like what's your first impression of the setup? Like if you look at it, would you think this guy's a clean guy?
No, disorganized.
Yeah. I forgot to even read his stuff. His name is Dillion. His name is Dillion. He's 15. Right now, it's an Xbox 360 / console setup because his old gaming computer broke. He's saving for a new one and a new chair. Dillion, there's no before and after. I'm not trolling you and saying, oh, this is before, this is actual setup. No, this is his actual setup as of right now. Yeah, cable monster, definitely. He needs his cable management was good before. I don't know why he just like, I can't do cable management for this photo. It's too much work. I don't want a good score on Pimp my setup. It's just whatever. I do not have the old pic. The old pictures were like so like I just didn't feel like downloading them because I don't want extra photos in the show. It's just all over the place. I mean, like, where do you even start? It's cool.
That speaker isn't even in the middle.
I don't even know where it. Like, it's just like he has a cool. He has NES. He has like the old PlayStation 2. I think that's a PlayStation 1 next to the NES. Like, he's got cool old console setups, but dude, like
that still works.
The desk is not working. I'm not even gonna say anything about the cable management. I think everybody knows what's wrong with the cable management. You just like I think getting a new desk. And then just like cleaning up, you need room for your desk. Like look at your usability. Like do you have your? I don't know. Is that another console next to the soundbar?
Next to the soundbar?
Yeah, is that
a Blu-ray player?
It's a Blu-ray player. Why do you have a Blu-ray player, bro? I guess he doesn't have an Xbox. Well, no, he has a 360. Wouldn't that play Blu-ray?
Doesn't have Blu-ray.
Oh, it doesn't have Blu-ray.
Xbox One.
Okay, I don't know. It's just a Blu-ray player. I didn't know we were in 2008. That's what it really comes down to.
Put that on top of the PS2 because like it does.
You just need a new desk.
Overheat.
Like literally, this desk is the. I don't know if that's connection. Like, is this like one desk or is that like a separate shelving unit?
It's all connected because
that
the bar
is a terrible desk.
Yeah, because the bar connects down. And
it just oh god, I know it's hard. It's hard to even talk about. Getting a new desk, start fresh. That's all you need to do. I would just chuck everything. Yeah,
start over.
Start over. You just need to start over. This is just. I was literally going to take it off the show, but I'm like, I'd feel bad for taking him off the show. So this is what I told you, Dillion. Dylan, do it. I think Matt would be way more harsh.
I think he would give you less than a 38.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was being very, very lenient. Yeah, so that's it. Let's go to the next setup. Submitted by Jacob. Jacob is also 15. He's from Sweden, and his setup is mainly for gaming and some homework and movies. That's what he uses this setup for. I was trying to get a cable management shot. I asked him for it. He didn't say it, but in the next photo is a portrait shot. We don't accept portrait shots, but this is the only like showing of the cable management. And he has a laptop, so you're knowing what you like. You don't know what he was running off of. He was running off a laptop. So cable management's okay. I mean, like you can see the little wires like coming off the signum, but at the same time you wouldn't see it straight on. So I think he did a great job overall, because if you look at the first photo, his desk is very clean. The only cables you're seeing are the wires to the keyboard and the wires, and I think that's a wireless mouse. So it's just a wire keyboard.
No, it's a wired mouse.
It is? Okay, yeah, I couldn't see with the it was like too dark. It was contrasty. Yeah, so he's got 2 wires from his keyboard and mouse. Great job. You don't see the monitor cable. Well, actually, you kind of see it in the way back, but it's so hard to see.
It's really clean.
It's really clean. Why do you have 2 plants on the left side?
I mean, it's for the elephant,
It just like, why don't you, like, if you have those two stupid plants that are just completely useless to a setup, why don't you put one to the left and one to the right?
Because
they're so small.
He has his headphone.
Yeah, but you still fit it back there. You can move your headphone stand closer to the monitor. It's like, it's not like going to kill you. Like, it's not like he has no room on his desk. He's got more room than everybody combined on the show today. Like, he's got so much real estate to work with. Who's that on the computer screen? Is it some sort of like famous guitarist?
I'm not sure of the name, but I know he's famous.
Yeah. Like, it's a very used photo.
I saw him from Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero, yeah. I forget who it is, but that's cool. But what are you into? Like
if you're into, like,
yeah, guitars and like music and all that. It's Slash. Okay, yeah. I think that's what it's. Yeah, Slash. Okay. Honestly, I didn't think that was the name, but I guess it is. Yeah, it's minimalistic, but I think minimalism can come with some theme, like maybe on the wall, because he didn't have anything that. Actually, in his first photo, I remember now, his first submission, he had a shelving above his monitor, and it was a different setup. It was like Spider-Man setup. Like, he had a Spider-Man backdrop, and he had like stuff on his shelving that was related to Spider-Man. So he completely changed his theme and all that. And I feel like if he does have the shelf above, we can't see it, so we don't know what's on it. So theme is kind of like out there. We don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah.
But there's not really much else to the setup. It's clean. Yeah. I love the countertop. I think the countertop's nice. The extended mouse pad's nice, but I don't know. It's a simple setup overall. Really, not much else to say. Do you have anything to say? Any?
I just really like how clean it is. Like, I like that wood finish.
Yeah. It's definitely a nice looking setup overall. But simple, very simple. Let's go to the final setup of the day, submitted by Everett. Everett was a fast pass, so thank you for the support, Everett. He's 17 years old. He games and makes edits, and the paintings on the wall, if you look at the next photo too, are made by him. He painted all those paintings on the wall, so I think that's really cool. Very talented, to say the least. Going back to the first photo, I know everybody's going to harp on him. He's using the corner desk. Like, it's not a corner desk. That's what it comes down to. If you like zoom in towards like the keyboard and all that, you can kind of see the corner. It's not circular, so you're kind of like squeezing your freaking your hips, and you're like, it seems very uncomfortable. I feel like you can use it straight on, and you have enough room to use both monitors. It just seems like, yeah, that's not a corner desk, so don't use it like a corner desk. Getting a new desk, I think, would be ideal, because if you go to the third photo, it shows off the cable management. Cable management, yeah, it's not the greatest.
How can he go under his desk when his computer's right there? I feel like he'd be kicking it a lot.
Yeah, because that's basically what it comes down to. Because like he's going into that corner. It's like, I don't know how that's usable. I feel like that'd be uncomfortable unless you're skinny like me. Like, you probably wouldn't have a problem with it, but I don't know. It just seems very uncomfortable, and it seems like you have enough room to be straight on. Because like, doesn't that seem like enough room to have two monitors?
It definitely does.
And then you could put the Xbox over to the left corner. I mean, the left side. It just, I don't know. It just seems like usability. Yeah, it's probably fine, like, for the time being. But I feel like upgrading would, or just moving over to the right, or moving over to the left, or getting a new desk. That'd be my choice. The TV above, I'm pretty sure his bed is behind him, so that's what it's for. But maybe some wire mold to go down it. It's going down at the angle, so maybe the wire's not long enough. Once again, it goes back to cable management, because if you go back to the third photo, the cable management's not great. Yeah, the outlet's down there and all that, but I feel like there's ways to like make it look a little more cleaner. Like, you have the extension cord on the leg, but I'd put that on the opposite side of the leg. Yeah, you want easy access to the like the holes or whatever to plug it in, but I don't know. It just seems ugly. I just think that it's the desk. Wait, do you think it's the desk that's kind of like...
the desk is just killing it.
So I think the wall's okay, because like, you go to the before photo where it shows off like his bed and all that. Like, it's a really cool looking color, and it's got like, he's got LEDs, and it just seems like a nice room, like a nice like looking room. But I think the desk is just kind of killing it, because if he had a nice black desk, wouldn't that look just so sick?
It would look like super cool.
Yeah, he's got that cool, what's that like light called, that like green light? It's like there's some sort of like I don't know how to say it, but
no clue.
That's super cool. It seems randomly like placed, and the paintings do seem randomly placed. I would say that too, but I don't know.
Art is supposed to make you question.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess he wanted to question with the placement and with his ideas of what the painting was. I think I like the paintings, though. I really do. I think if you can create your own art, I think that's more unique than anything. Yeah, you can get the same. Don't say that. I will say that for after the show. Yeah, but I think the paintings are very unique. No one can have those type of paintings. Those are his paintings, so I think that's really cool. So getting a new desk, like I said, it's a wall sconce. Yeah, it's a type of wall sconce. Yeah, I think that's one way to say it. Yeah, but getting a new desk, or if you're not going to get a new desk, put yourself off to the right, and center yourself with the monitors and all that, because having yourself in the corner,
it could help hide that TV wire too.
Oh yeah,
by
definitely
it off to the right.
Yeah, I think it would just look way better, and cable management would probably be easier to do too.
Because you take that TV wire, you feed it down your monitor stand, and then it feeds down nice and easy. Yeah, no, definitely. That's actually a great idea. Out of sight of mind, there's like little stuff on like next to the Xbox One. I think there's like, I don't know what that is. That white box. What's that white box? It's like coffee. It's tea.
Yeah, tea or whatever. Yeah, why is that?
I spiced.
Oh yeah, and there's one other thing I wanted to say. You see how that right speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah. His left speaker is behind. It's
right there.
Yeah, it's right there. Why that? I almost forgot about that. That's why moving that the whole monitors to the right would definitely help with your speaker placement too. I think overall usability would improve. But overall, it's a nice setup. I mean, like, there's not much else to say about it. So I think that's really it for this setup. So let's do the scores. So go back to single shot on me. Or go to the other one, yeah. And just go back to the beginning of the setups.
Sure. And
we're going to do scores. Yeah, so overall, not the greatest setups today, but it was okay. It was really okay. So yeah, I'll go back to the setups and I'll start reading the scores. Okay, so Juan scored a 68. Aris scored a 68. Othniel scored a 60. Ervin scored a 72. Anthony scored a 76. Rodney scored a 70. Dillion scored a 38. Yep. Jacob walked away with a 78. And then first place went to Everett with an 80. The only reason I really gave him first place was because of the theme, because of the unique paintings, and I think that he can improve it. There's more to improve, and there's like, I think it's just better overall. That's what I think. So go back to my single shot. So that's it. Yeah, so that's it for this show. If you guys have any comments down below, any suggestions for the submissions or whatever, leave them down below. Maybe they'll get your help and they'll be able to improve their setup. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching this episode number 201, recorded live on March 7, 2017. My name is Thomas Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Thomas Philly, and producer Cameron. Where can we find you on Twitter?
At Mr. C. Philly.
Mr. C. Philly. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you on Thursday for the final Tom Takeover episode. Sunday, Matt returns. I'll see you guys later.